exceeds the liability of the capital, the company will become insolvent. That means, even after paying off all the liabilities, the company is not able to clear with its capital. See, it is a very precarious position. Let me put it again. All the owned assets are there, they can be sold at the market rate. With that, all liabilities are paid. Forget about owner's liability of capital. All other liabilities are not able to be paid with the assets, then the company becomes insolvent. Therefore, solvency ratio compares the total long term assets with total long term liabilities. See, this is now that ratio has to be more than 1, because assets have to be more than the liabilities. If the liabilities become more and if they start eroding the capital, that means when the liabilities become more and more, the value of the capital keeps on coming down, because losses will be written off. Remember, in a profit and loss account, when profit is got, if it is not distributed, it is added back to reserve and capital. Therefore, capital keeps on growing. If the company is positively growing, every year the capital will be having additional net profits reserves. Suppose the company makes loss, then it will be deducted from the capital. Who else will pay? Like that, every time if we keep on deducting from the capital, ultimately the capital will become nil. At one point of time, all the liabilities outstanding may not be able to be paid by liquidating all the assets. Okay. This is the position of insolvency. To see how far a company is solid, highly solvent, we are comparing the assets with liabilities. Okay. If the assets are more than 2 times the liabilities, the company is supposed to be really strong and solvent. That means, what is owed is much more backed by owning double the liability as assets. Got the idea clear? Suppose I owe 1 crore to the public, but all my assets are more than 2 crores. My capital is another crore, that is different. But when I am completely backed by 2 crores plus asset for a outside liability of 1 crore, my solvency ratio is more than 2. See, any ratio above 1 is making a company solvent. Ratio below 1 means the company is becoming insolvent, because at that point of time, if the company were to be closed or liquidated, liquidated means closing of the company. It is a theoretical or hypothetical position. When a company is liquidated, the company will be left with more liabilities than assets. That means it is insolvent. You would have also heard the term insolvency petition. What is insolvency petition? When a borrower or a person who is highly indebted is not able to repay the loans which he or she has borrowed, then he is considered as insolvent. Can a person declare himself as insolvent? It is not possible legally, because a person to just dupe some of the lenders, he may say himself an insolvent, but later on he will enjoy all the facilities of a 5-star resident, and then he will just dupe others. To make a person insolvent legally, he has to be declared as insolvent by a court. That is why people who are not able to repay loans declare themselves as insolvents. See, they will declare their assets, they will declare their liabilities, they will prove that as per the statement of accounts audited, they are not able to fulfill their legal obligations of repayment of the loan. Now, when that is argued and proved in the court of law that the individual who has applied is not able to fulfill his outside liabilities, then he will be declared as insolvent by the court. That is insolvency petition. Remember, once a borrower declares himself or herself as insolvent, we cannot proceed against him legally. Later on, nobody can enter into any legal contract with him. An insolvent is not capable of entering into contract. All of you know a minor cannot